Yeah, Soldier had a big song. You know what you want to do? Because I know obviously you're new to our listenership.
Yeah.
Reason you're down here. You're an artist as well. So I'm sure you have your opinions and thoughts on the music game. I want to give our audience an opportunity to get to know you better. Yeah. What do you want us to run? And you can intro the track properly.
You can start with different cloth.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No problem. You got that, Vans?
Yeah, let me get that.
Sick, man.
I'm about my bread, yeah. See the way I flex, yeah. Oh, you see them running, now they see me coming. Jumping, yeah. I'm about my bread, yeah. See the way I flex, That's right. Oh, you see them running, now they see me coming. Yeah, I came up from nothing, now I got the streets popping. What's the rap standard? Cause the rap standard. If I call bro and say, that's a rap standard. Nothing in my rap standard, you should already know though. Cause I could do this here with a gang or just do it solo. Play with me, they wanna know like I got Dave with me. I don't even say a word, they know that they can't stay with me. I just keep on dreaming bigger, they selling dreams. Painting you this picture, something fishy about these scenes. They keep on telling me that, pray for your enemies, but protect your energy cuz black out like Henry does. Please don't compare them to us, we from a whole different cloth. They couldn't pay me enough, yeah. I'm about my bread, yeah. See the way I flex,
Snap still.
Yeah, man. Something like.
What's a something light in that? Something light in them.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
I love how it's just something I was cooking up and that, you know.
Yeah, man. Just one of those days.
Little
Different
bit
cloth.
Yeah,
That released last year, right?
Yeah, December.
Okay. So still very new.
Yeah, still fresh. Still, was it December? Was he? Nah. Tell a lie. It was in April I released that one.
Okay.
I released that one in April still. Yeah, man. Just going in. Bars. Catchy.
Projects.
Chorus. Yeah, future, man. I feel like right now, I'm building.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just working on a lot of music and I just want people to just gravitate to the music first because obviously it's a new name.
Yeah.
I want people to get more
I was going to get to that.
familiar with the name.
Do you feel like you have to reinvent yourself at this point?
Yeah, it's a brand new page. It's a blank canvas. So, like, I got to just paint those pictures, let them understand. Obviously, with YJ, it was at a certain level. And with this now, I had to really just understand that I'm a new artist now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I really had to deep it. Like, I can't pretend like, yo, I'm still YJ, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I had to deep it because I was still walking in the shoes of, but I'm still YG. I should be able to do what I'm doing still. But I had to understand that, it's a new brand. Like, some people stop following you because you've changed your name or they wasn't aware that you changed your name in the first place.
Yeah.
So you just have to build it
And it looks a
up.
little bit different.
Yeah,
I
100%.
remember, you know, you had the high top thing going.
Yeah.
I first became aware of you from Orf Gang.
Yeah.
And I remember this show that you guys done, and it was sick. I can't even remember the venue.
Wolfgang Live. I think it was in Shoreditch somewhere.
Yeah.
That's dope collective, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like you're at a point where you're kind of reintroducing yourself to?
Yeah, I'm reintroducing myself, but just taking it to a whole new level now. I feel like for branding purposes, it just makes more sense.
Why the name change though? Is it?
The name change was because, first of all, it's like I was having a lot of problems with that, in the sense of when I'll go to shows or when I'll perform at shows, they'll put YG sometimes.
400.
I'm like, yo, like
you bummer clocks. And
I'm actually not gonna come out and perform my
you
nigga,
man
my
not
nigga.
drinking, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
This ain't here for props, you know.
Yeah.
Shouts out Las Solas, but you might need to drink this, you know.
Yeah, bring that.
Yeah, bring
But what it was like, one time I was opening for like Method Man and Redman. And then,
as you do,
that's sick.
Casual Tuesday night.
Yeah, just
something like,
something like. Yeah, so and the guy introduced man as, we're gonna bring next to the stage YG. I was like, brother, you gotta go back.
That's dangerous, you know.
I'm like, you gotta go back and let them know that, come on, man, don't play with that because
they're gonna be
think
amped and in
they're gonna
disappointment.
think,
Who's this brother?
Who's this brother,
They're
man?
gonna hear my nigga.
I already want to just see Method Man and Redman, and you're just coming out with this brother. What's his name? YP? Nah. So like, I was having problems with those things there, and I just thought, Yeah, man. I think in 2016, it was time for me to change. I feel like YJ represents. It's attached to things that no longer represent who I am now.
Right.
So it just makes more sense now when you spell it as J Blue. It doesn't remind you of anybody else.
Okay, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It just it's J Blue. Or even down to like how it's spelled. Like blue is spelled instead of being a B, it's an A.
You did the artist thing.
Six-
Why did you not
six
do this
like-
to us?
No,
man?
Man did a 6
but
like
do you know
yourself.
what? Do you know what it is? Yeah, I just don't want to be compared to anything at all. So you have to. It's a specific way you have to spell it, and it's not like yeah, man, I'm just gonna throw. Yeah, I just want to be creative and just put 8 there. The 8 actually means new beginning.
Right.
Like when you actually deep what it means, and even the word blue itself, if you look into it, it means like confidence, wisdom, truth, faith, and all these things that I pride myself in.
Sorry, nigga.
Yes. So like, there's a lot of things that like this is connected to. So it just made sense for the change. Now, when you brand it all together, now you're not gonna get it confused. No, you're not gonna say J Pink. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not going to confuse it with anything else. Even though some people still make the mistake of putting a B, it's an easy mistake, innit? But just get it right.
You have to go through that, innit? You know?
Yeah, but it's still just get it right.
It also helps
like
you
pay
SEO
attention
and stuff, though, innit? When it comes to Google search, all that stuff.
Yeah, and when you say pay attention and you note down the intricacies of like how you present yourself or package yourself, you look at the artwork and you look on your profile, you see the blue colours. So it's kind of difficult to kind of
get it wrong.
Yeah. Wait a minute, like,
and all those things are intentional. Like until it's like project times, I feel like I'm at a point where it's like I'm building and I'm making a lot of dope music. So it's like I'm gonna build to the point that I feel like you care enough to like invest in a project. Yeah. Because I feel like one thing that I was lacking in was I wasn't consistent. So I'll be here for a minute and I'll disappear. And then,
that's a big thing in that.
And it's a problem, especially with the climate of music now. Everyone's music's coming out fast paced, and obviously I don't have to follow everybody's drum and that, but at the same time where you're still building and I'm technically a new artist or an up and coming artist.
You can't disappear for 8 months,
I can't just disappear like that.
Even though 8 months there's a new kid on Link Up TV.
That's what I'm saying. Even though the music is quality and I know the power of the music, you still have to be consistent for people to actually see you and be visible. It's like, because what can I say, content is the new currency, so we need to be able to see you. Like, it's not enough to just hear you anymore.
Oh yeah
we need to see you too.
You need to get on that IG live, bro, you know.
Yeah, man. Do you know what it is?
Show us the beard routine and
do you know what it is? You know, I'm from the era where I like things private, innit? I just don't like everyone in my business like that. I get it, like you have to show your personality and all that stuff, but I don't think you have to force those things. And I feel like we're at a place where people are forcing certain things, and it's weird for me. I don't like doing that.
The more honest you are in your music, I feel like people have that sense of entitlement to kind of want to know more.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, that's why we have conversations like these, and you can ask me those questions, and I won't feel no way to answer them. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? But when it's like, make sure you post today, or because I feel like it's weird. I feel like it's mad calculated, and I don't feel like you have to do that. There's no creativity in being calculated every single time. Obviously in certain things, but not in everything. Exhausted. Yeah, man, it's tiring, man. Oh, you got a tweet, and then you got to post on Instagram, then you got a Snapchat. No, I'm good with just Instagram and Twitter, you know.
Where does J Blue fit in today's climate in UK music?
It's not just UK music though. I feel like it's international. I feel like it's worldwide. I don't want to just be boxed in. Or just UK, like, because the whole vision has always been like, I'm trying to take over the world kind of thing, and push the bar and push the envelope as far as it can go. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be put over there. Oh yeah, you just be mentioned with those guys. No, but when you see, man, you have to understand that, this guy's really about his music and he's on stuff for real. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is a difficult one because obviously everyone wants to start off home first. Yeah, of course. And I remember like listening to an interview with Koji Radical and saying that, back home was kind of the toughest place to kind of receive his music.
Stiff, yeah.
And I had a conversation also with Shay Lingo. He was saying that like in a lot of places in Europe, that's his bag. Whereas like he's still like he's got his fan base here, but it's sort of like, oh, you've got the quote unquote popping guys, and then you've got these man that are actually like barrers and
good performers. Well, that's
great performers.
And the maddest thing, there's not a lot of, and this is not to like downplay on anybody else, but there's not a lot of good performers. Like a lot of people can't perform like that.
100%.
They can't. Like a lot of them are still using the vocals at the back. That's cheating.
Yeah. I feel that way. I thought it was
cheating, that brother. If I really wanted to hear like your audio, I could have just listened to it at home.
Yeah.
Like there's no experience. My thing is like, when you come to my shows, you have to understand you're leaving that show inspired. You're coming to that show to have an experience.
Yeah.
And feel like, oh, yo, like I heard the music and it was 2D. When I saw it live, oh, right, that shit was 3D.
You gotta leave.
Do you get what I'm saying? You gotta leave like, I want it to, my thing is, if I perform today and you're not talking about it in the next couple of days, I didn't do my job. You have to be talking about it. Like, yo, I can't wait to see Jay perform again, you know. Like, when is your next one? And that's how it's been, like, every single time. It's always been a conversation. It may not be on the highest of heights, but it's always been, yo, like, you know how to perform. Like, that's where it's really at. So when you see people getting chiefed in, yo, man's going to take all your, like, live performance money, it's like, go and sleep, man. And you can't be getting cheated like that. So, like, it has to be an experience for me, man. Like I was saying, a lot of people can't really perform like that, which is mad.
What's the struggle like when music isn't necessarily paying the bills? And
it's real. Yeah. It's really real. But I think in those times you just have to have faith in yourself and understand the value in yourself as well, and consistency. You can't. No one's gonna invest in something that is not consistent, and that was my problem with YJ. Like, I wasn't really consistent like that. Yeah, the music is dope, but I wasn't really consistent.
And with that, like, having to convince people around you, like, oh yeah, that it's gonna work for you.
Yeah, like it's a cool story. It's like, yeah, brother, I hear your story. I know you're dope, but fam, you're not really consistent.
So you're supposed to be a
yeah. So like, I have nobody else to blame but myself. Do you get what I'm saying? I have to, and it's not that I didn't want to. There was just a lot of things surrounding.
That takes over, innit?
Yeah, it's real. And now, like, I have a son and all that stuff. So hence, thank you. So that hence why different cloth comes out in April, and then I had to just chill for a second because that's when my son came.
Right.
And I had to just chill and just do life for a second. But at the same time, I was still recording. But that's why when Boss Moves came out in December, I'd just be like, all right, cool. Let me run it from there, and then from here on out, then just keep it consistent and just dropping music.
Got, like, that driving force, like in physical form.
Yeah,
right
man.
Next to you, your son.
Yeah, man. It's real. It's real. Like, I got mad powers in me right now. It's different. So where my head's at right now, it's only on greatness, and it's not stopping anytime soon. It's not peaking.
Do you have like a team, like, on your side, or like is it just like on your own?
I got a solid team now. Got a solid team with, like, we're vibrating on the same frequency, so it makes more sense. I feel like maybe in the past, like, we had, you know, different things going on. Life happens as well. So I feel like where I'm at right now, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be honest. Like, I had to reach this point to really understand that, okay, you've been playing. Like, everybody says I'm dope. Everyone says, oh, you're sick, but being dope, being sick don't pay my bills for real. Do you get what I'm saying? That's not gonna buy some nappies for my son.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything like that. So now it's at a point where it's like, all right, cool. You have to give yourself a whole year or maybe even longer than that and just be consistent. That's why I was like, yeah, a project will come. And a project will come when I feel like it's the right time.
When the demand is there, man. Don't
don't
let man tell you to do project for take.
Never.
All the man tell you to do project and they ain't gonna stream shit, bro.
No, do you know what it is? It's my whole
truth,
thing,
man. Man will say, yeah, bro. When's the music coming, bro? You've been dropping songs and I've been putting stuff on my.
Yeah, I'm like, cool, bro. Bro, you're not here with me.
Yeah.
So
and the thing is,
like, just
like,
enjoy
a
it.
compliment takes like what, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But then that's where it stops.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
And
those things don't last forever.
Like the best intentions, but like when you break it all down, I'm sure you'd rather put a project out when there's like you feel like there's a genuine demand.
Do you know what's mad? I've had a project. I've been having like 3 projects ready already, but now I don't like the songs anymore. It gets to that point. Do you know what it is? Like, through the course of me just recording, I've recorded so many songs, and they're old to me now, and I don't like them. But when I play it to like my bedrooms, or I play it to my manager or the team, they're like, "Yo, this is dope. Why don't you put this out?" I'm like, "Nah, man, this is butters now, man. I don't even sound like that no more." And the reason why I don't sound like that no more is because I'm forever growing.
Yeah.
So it's like and I'm always seeking for more information and more knowledge and more techniques and more ways of being creative, or take myself out of being comfortable and put myself in an uncomfortable situation and just push the boat. Like, 'cause I don't feel like a lot of people do that. I feel like people are playing it very, very safe. I ain't trying to be safe.
So then when, like, is your model different when you're releasing music, or like when you're about to release your project in this mind state that you're in? Like, in a state, regards to like whether you're going to play it safe or not? I'm
not playing it safe at all. I'm just like, now I feel like with YJ was very conscious of, no, you don't want to sell out, or you don't want to sound, but selling out to somebody else is completely different to what's selling out to you. You know what your talent and what your ability and what your capabilities are. Only you know that fully. So you don't know. I might be listening to some country music and I want to do some country tunes. So to everyone else that's been around, like, bro, why are you trying to do that for?
People
and it's
want
like,
you to stick to the
oh, why don't you do that? Then, bro, then listen to that miracle spiritual shit that I've been doing down there.
Biblical.
Do you get what I'm saying? And and I understand as well. Like, yeah, man. Subliminal in a minute.
All right, so we're about to get started.
But it's like, come on, man. Like, again, we have to grow with the times. We have to understand that things are changing. But at the same time, it's not just confining to like conforming to what everybody.
Breaking the furniture. You know? What's wrong with this guy?
At the same time, it's not like conforming to what everybody else is doing. I just don't like being a sheep. And I feel like that's what everyone is doing, a lot of people. And this is don't shoot to anyone, but if your shoe fits in it, it's whatever. But it's like, I feel like everyone's just doing that because, oh yeah, this is what popping. Like at a time, there was Tiny Temper released like Pass Out. And at the end of Pass Out, there was like a drum and bass situation. And then you found that everybody was trying to do drum and bass at the end of the tune. And it's like, brother, just do your own thing and make it pop. And that's how I was. But I feel like at the time when I was YG, I feel like I was mad stubborn. I feel like now I'm more free and more mature and understanding who I actually am.
Are you listening more to like your people around you and stuff?
Yeah, I listen, but it has to make sense. If it makes sense in the vision, if it makes sense towards the vision, then
because I find out there's some bangers over there, man will leak it and that.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that. I won't even cuss you, because
if you got songs on it which we don't have like references from that time period, like 2009, like that that make it sound dated. If they're bangers,
no. Do you know what it is? The reality is just like majority of my songs that I make are timeless. They're timeless. So it's like, no, it's not even a gas. It's like, it's real talk. It's like in 10 years time, you can still play a different cloth. Where in reality, is sometimes because it's a trap sound, it's supposed to go away. But you'll listen to it and still feel that same vibe because the content is still strong, even though it's trappy and the flow's choppy. If you listen to what I'm actually saying some shit.
Do you get like Kendrick comparisons?
Yeah. And I don't shy away from them things because I'm inspired by a lot of things around me. Kendrick was getting comparisons to somebody else once upon a time. Everybody gets compared to someone. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody gets compared to someone. It's just a thing where they have to compare you to someone so they can say, okay, you're like this. So now when they take you in, then you could be like, okay, they feel comfortable in.
Right. So you get what I'm saying? It's not anything that you're offended by.
No, I'm not offended by that stuff. I think before people used to say like I sounded like Kano and Gets at the time, and that's because I was heavily listening to them. Like they influenced me in a major way because I was like, yo, at the time they were the only people like dropping like full verses that were not like 8 bars but full verses and a chorus, and it actually
making
like
songs.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this is This is mad. So obviously, you know, obviously as an artist,
that's Las Solas.
I mean, it's the wave, you know. But you know what it is? Like, you listen to people that you like and you want to imitate for a while. So when you get to that point where you've imitated them enough, you should like mix them in a pot with other things and put your flavor and put your spice in it. And then it's you. It's no longer, oh, you're trying to be that, or it was nothing like that. It was, I remember the first time like I met Gets, like, yo, I was a complete madman, because like I was at a session, I think I was with like one of my exes at the time. And then
shouts out to her.
Yeah, shouts out to her, somebody. and then Gets walks in the studio, like just normal, like, yo, what are you saying, Pat? Like to my engineer at the time, innit? And I was like, everyone was just normal, like, yeah, like.
And you're like,
I'm like,
that's good.
I'm sitting in the chair, like, obviously I keep it cool for a minute. Then when he, yo, what are you not saying? Like that was Gets, you know. It's like, yeah, he comes here all the time. So, oh yeah, let me meet him.
Yeah.
Yo, I fanned out like a madman. Then I was waiting for him outside in the corridor, and then and I was pressing the buzzer to see him in it. Like he must have thought I was a madman. Imagine the first time you see man, not even on a rapping thing, because I was just a fan first and just wanted to express that to him. And then we came out to the corridor, spat some bars to him, which was completely whack. But he gassed me and said it was dope.
I swear down.
He gassed me and thought it was dope. And I was like,
maybe it was that you were just being too hard on yourself.
No, bro.
No,
I know. I know it's bad. But sometimes, you have to make it feel good. But I get it. Maybe at the time it was good. But for me, when I listen to it now, I'm like, yo, this was trash. But that was the moment for me. And since then, I've always like seen him and just said wagwan. So he probably just remembers me as the fan.
Right.
And then eventually, I think he started to hear music. I'm like, oh yeah, he's dope. Do you get what I'm saying? So we just kept it easy like that, man. But I've always been a fan of Kano and Gets.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Can we get into boss moves real quick?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's that fire.
Off the cuff worldwide, baby. Boss moves. Boss moves. Boss moves. Tell them it's nothing that you didn't know. Boss moves. Boss moves. Boss moves. Boss moves. Yeah. I woke up early trying to get it. All I know and do is first, so don't talk to me about no second. I don't care if rappers like me, you think I'll come in to be bedrooms? I'm getting to this bag until it topples, then it wobbles like a nice horse and fast. Turn this up to the max. Flow so sick, but they tell me I'm Mick of the crown and I won't give it back. One time for the G's in the bag, I got more than a reason to brag. I'm going off like a bomb in a rag, best in the scene, that's a fad. They didn't want it like that, like yeah. I just keep on going, then I kill him with the flow. Oh, so trilly, 1 million for my bros. I got the shooters on the dial if you don't know. A living legend, now they all call me a GOAT. Boss moves.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to listen to that, go get that in it. Boss moves. J Blue.
My thing.
Yo,
Can't give you more than that.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? You lot didn't even hear the second verse though.
Yeah, they gotta go.
Do you know
that one,
you had to go up like that?
Go listen to that.
Yeah, man.
They gotta go and flex and enjoy that, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy you're here anyway, man.